My name is Kathleen Selmans from KathleenSelmans.com, and I want to talk to you today about websites, and specifically why you have to have a website. Because let me give you an example. Let me talk you through an analogy real quick. Let's say that somebody came to you and said, listen, I've got this really beautiful waterfront property that you can build whatever you want to build, rent-free. You will not own the land, but you can build whatever you want. And I will be a benevolent landlord, and you can trust me. Take my word for it. Build for free. Would you do it? No, of course you wouldn't do it. Of course not. Why would you spend all that time and energy building yourself the most beautiful waterfront home if you weren't going to actually use it? Or if there was no guarantee that you would get to use it forever? Well, that analogy is what social media is. And building an Instagram profile or a YouTube presence or a Facebook presence or a LinkedIn presence or whatever is building on that free land. And then what happens if that landlord who promised that they would be benevolent changes their mind and comes in and says, all right, listen, I know you've spent the last however many years building this, but what I want now is I want $1,000 a day or you have to leave. So your choices are take everything you've built and let it go, or start paying to play. Again, this is exactly what other platforms do. And the only two pieces of real estate online that you own are your website and your email list. And so if you are focusing on those two, then you are allowed to go play on other people's waterfront property. But without a website, you are at the whim of a landlord who is not historically benevolent. In fact, the analogy holds. Landlords aren't exactly known in any context for being benevolent, right? So my philosophy on websites is that they should not cost as much as a reliable used car, and they should not take as long to create as it does to grow a baby. But you do need to have a website because website is step 0 in terms of building a marketing engine. And when you start building your website, you need to build it with an eye toward conversion and mobile responsiveness and speed. In fact, speed kind of factors into all those other little pieces because the faster it is, the more user-friendly it is, and the faster it is, the more quickly it will load, even if somebody has crappy cellular data and they're trying to look at your website. So make sure that when you're building a website, you are building a piece of real estate. Spend your energy creating content for that site, building pages for that site, and creating copy so that when people end up on your site, they know where they are. You can reuse that copy however you want, but make sure that you're doing it on your platform first. This tip is not just for the Instagram influencers that I know, but it is for them too. But it's also just another reminder that the easiest way, like share a post on LinkedIn or whatever, that's the easiest way. But if you're not coming back and tying it all to something that you own, then what you're doing is giving your intellectual property to someone who does not respect it. And at some point, you are going to need to build a marketing engine so that whatever you do on social is an add-on, is an enhancement, is a benefit, the sprinkles on the cake. What you need is the cake and the layers of the cake, and that is what is on your website. You can eat a cake without sprinkles. You can eat a cake without frosting, but you can't eat a cake without cake. So think of your website as that foundational piece, and then build from there. And I think that's enough, because that's 2 metaphors in one video. So if you need a simple website that is optimized for conversion, come to my website, KathleenSelmons.com/contact, and let me know what your project is, and let's see if we can work together. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.